Hello and welcome back to Distant Worlds 2. Continuing our playthrough here is the Catharian Empire, human empire, and trying to somehow win. But we're working on. We're trying to take over these guys in their entirety if we can, um, and maybe sneak over here if there's still an opportunity after these guys clean up. But really, I'm just trying to deny them as much gains as possible. They're focusing over here, so I want to make sure to focus over here as much as I can. They are, coming in hot on some of these things. So I definitely want to make sure that we take over what we can where we can. Um, just because I want to maximize our chances of actually pulling out a victory in the end of this. One thing I realized is that I've never actually opened the victory condition progress screen to show you guys. So let me go ahead and do that. And to my surprise, we are actually slightly ahead. So once we reach this line, we are winning. So really we're just gonna have to do a lot more and the most trade income in the galaxy. So clearly we're losing that right now, but I do want to definitely focus on trying to bump that and just kind of doing what we can to continue grow our the more we take over, the more we're increasing our GDP and the more we progress kind of all of these things. So we could potentially win without having to actually fight these guys if we're able to be kind of aggressive enough with taking this stuff over and maybe denying them a little bit of growth over here. So we're just going to kind of continue what we're doing while we can. The war weariness is still an issue, but for the most part, our colonies are happy or at least satisfied. Only a couple are angry, and that's probably because we recently took them over. So we're just going to keep plodding along with what we're doing and hoping for the best. Let's take a look at our fleets. I'm going to go ahead and turn this to only ships not in a fleet. I don't know why they're all set to manual. So we'll fully automate those for now, but we'll have to figure something out here. So our biggest issue right now is that let's look at our fleets. Okay, so we do have a lot of troops available on a lot of these transport fleets, but I don't feel like we're actually doing stuff that's worthwhile. Maybe we are now. We are kind of moving a little closer in this direction. But I think did I manually tell them to do that? No, they are just invading it. So these guys are definitely harassing me. Hopefully we can take it out enough. Oh, we are starting to invade. Oh, we're invading more. More than just one place. Well, that's interesting. I mean, it's good. Okay, so this planet is taken over. Let's go ahead and just focus on building up some of the facilities that we need. Did we take over the other planet yet? Apparently not. Still battling away over here. All right, a little more optimized fuel research. All right, we did take this over. Perfect. So I should probably build this in reverse order, just to make sure that the mood gets taken care of first. Oh, instant rebellion. I guess that's not too surprising given the situation. Let's go ahead and find an ice planet that we already own in the mix here. Something that has the population set correctly. It's not any of those. This guy's probably right. Yeah, it is. Okay. So let's apply to all ice tundra. And then it should be set correct here. Just so we don't have like we have Hakonish and Tikans on this planet, and that's terrible. Let's get them off of there. Okay, I think we did manage to take this over, and hopefully we're going to win. I think we are. We have space control. So at this point, we really just need to take this planet over. Why are they flying away? Definitely want to take this out. Some of our Looks like some of our ships are completely out of fuel. So hopefully they, all the fuel ships I have in there will start doing something. Now it's saying we can't actually attack this colony, but we certainly have what I think to be defense strength 9600. So maybe they just want a little more to guarantee it. Oh, all right. Well, let's take a look at enemy targets and just make sure that we have everything. Oh, I definitely need to filter this, make sure it's war targets, because we do not want to accidentally click and attack our allies. That would be extremely bad. I'm just gonna say to take over all of these planets. I mean, we want them all eventually, right? So we might as well just target as many as we're allowed to target right now. It should be fine. And then we'll see how our transport fleets keep up with everything that they're supposed to be doing. This transport fleet, we probably want to set this back to invade. So I'm hoping the AI kind of improves a little bit now that we're kind of done playing whack-a-mole with a lot of their fleets. We have a lot of presence in their systems, and we're doing a fair amount of damage. Yeah, like this one's going after a planet. Still a little annoying that some of these are going after ships. Still unhappy over here, huh? Did we build up? No, apparently we didn't. Okay, I always want to attack the planets if we can. Yeah, they're taking over. They're taking over here too. A little bit of a bummer. I was hoping we would be able to get that. I think they're coming for this other planet. All right, so transport fleet 2. They picked up everybody off this planet. I wonder if I could get in here and sneak in a landing real quick. I mean, they have a it's unknown, so they could have somebody on the ship. All right, I want to make sure that we attack. Nope, they already landed. All right, never mind. Abort. So they're gonna get this unless they lose. No, they're not losing. They're definitely not losing. All right, that's unfortunate because they're actually gonna have dominance in this system then. All right, taking this over could be good. I'm actually just gonna fly directly to here and try to do that. Is there a nearby fleet? Attack fleet 9. You know what? I'm gonna sort by name, just so I don't have to keep bouncing around the list. All right, so attack fleet 9, you can come over here and clear this out for me, because I want to be able to take over this planet just to retain this kind of connection to my territory, given that I'm losing some of this over here. I mean, they could get everywhere. The blue boys, they can get everywhere. The Adare Prime. But I think if I deny them stuff that's in immediate proximity, maybe they'll be more likely to focus on like this side over here and less on this stuff over here. That's my hope anyway. We'll see what happens. All right, we did develop a little more war weariness, which is unfortunate. The Dari Prime, how powerful? The 16 million. So they actually lost a little bit of power. Not a ton, but a little bit. It's Beskar and Hive. I would really love to just knock them out entirely. All right, well, hopefully our fleet jumps relatively soon. Where is attack fleet 9? There they go. And then transport fleet 2. They're the ones I'm manually sending over here. Okay, so that should all be cleared out by the time they get there. At least I hope. Yeah, this spaceport should be rapidly annihilated, I would hope. Oh, I have them sent to attack the spaceport. That's not really what I wanted. I just want them to move by the planet. Alright, spaceport is Pretty much destroyed. Should be able to mop the rest of this stuff up rather quickly. Okay. Alright, prepare and attack, which apparently just means attack. That's fine. We should have no problem taking this planet. Alright, let's pop back on automatic. I'm getting a lot of fleets now. Alright, we went ahead and conquered this colony. Let's build up the facilities we need to make people happy. And then we'll set this transport fleet back to invasion. Alright, hopefully we'll see some progress. Wow, they got a lot of troops over here. Alright, so what's next on the docket? War targets. I want to do fleets. Let's just take out as many of their fleets as we can. And then colonies. I definitely want to take out as many colonies as possible. I will manually do some stuff if I have to, just to ensure that we get it okay. Alright, attack fleet's clearing out some stuff, which is good. Then we should be able to take this colony relatively fast. I don't know why it doesn't prioritize blowing up the, well, maybe it did. I feel like a lot of times it flies around not destroying the actual spaceport. Alright, let's pop over to our fleets and just do a little bit of cleanup here. I want to top up my fleet with ships. Some of them have definitely lost a fair amount, so topping them up would be great. Attack Fleet 5 lost a bunch of ships. We should have the cash. Alright, MA5. MA6 is almost completely destroyed. Losing some ships in the transport fleets. Hopefully not the transports with troops, and just, like, some of the destroyers. That's fine. Alright, more research complete. So, massive cargo bay. We're just chipping away at some of this tech that we want to max out wherever we can. It would be good to get this advanced habitability. Just anything to boost our current situation. I'm just going to keep adding stuff. Anything that's cheap is certainly a good target. Those are a little more expensive, but sorry, Colossal Construction's in the list. I think it's worth doing that just because we end up with bigger ships. We don't actually need this because these are better. Although better assault pods, probably a good idea. Better maneuvering, it's probably good. Working towards this fastest hyper jump is also good. All right, we got enough tech in the hopper, so let's go ahead and continue. I'm actually surprised we're getting beat up as much as we are. This is an attack fleet too. I think we're finally making some progress over here. Did our big ship get destroyed? Or did it just, like, hop over here? Alright, well, we certainly managed to take this out. I mean, Attack Fleet 5 looks in pretty good health overall. Lost a couple light cruisers, but taking out these defensive bases is good. Where are we at with transport fleets and what they're doing? Alright, you are attacking a planet. You're attacking a planet. Anybody that's attacking a planet, that's fine. People who are not attacking planets, I don't really think you're making the right call. So let's head over here. And I will manually land your large quantity of troops. How are we doing as far as taking out they're actually growing militarily, which is very surprising. Seeing as we've specifically targeted their fleets and we have way more fleets than they do. War target fleets. I guess we're just gonna keep going after them. It'd be nice to destroy these ships. What are you doing, guy? Get out of there. Silly. Alright, so the transport fleet should be arriving relatively soon. It's over here, but I have it hopping directly to the planet. Looks like they're building up some stuff over here. Heading in this direction. Oh, we're invading. Okay, I thought that said incoming invasion. Well, hopefully this should be relatively straightforward. It seems like a very small colony. All right. So we got 3 planets being captured at the or 2 at the same time. Although hopefully 3, because I am manually controlling 1. Okay, so we're gonna have to take a look at all these colonies as they're captured. Let's just build all the facilities that we can to make people as happy as possible. Hey, there's another colony. Finally, we're seeing some progress here on the invasion front. I thought it said we took this over. Did they just immediately rebel, maybe? Alright, let's go ahead and build these facilities. Try to make them as happy as we can. Okay, we can... Oh, yeah. Rebellion crushed. Okay. That makes sense. Why are you sending people off the planet that quick if they're rebelling? I wonder if there's a timer on the rebelling. Like, if after a certain point they just, you know, if they rebelled once and they won't rebel again for X amount of time? I'm not sure. I'm not sure how that works. I thought we were invading another planet. I mean, we're probably going to get there, but I know I'm manually coming after this planet right now. Alright, we're going to say prepare an attack just because I want them to. But they'll just land like idiots and not actually do the prepare part. So, that's cool. We're ahead of them, but not by... Well, now we're ahead by a lot more. Alright, power-wise, we should be pretty good. Still have 2 planets angry. Hopefully this doesn't immediately rebel, but we'll see what happens. As soon as these buildings are built, they'll be fine. We should probably sort by approval lowest. And just make sure that we are actively building the facilities that we need to be building. Yep, we are. Yes. Okay. So, as soon as these are done, we'll see an immediate improvement in mood. -10. Now we're +1. So, definitely a lot happier. We don't have to worry as much about the rebellion. Alright, I'm going to flip them back to automatic. Hopefully they'll scoop up troops on their own. We still have 2 transport fleets that aren't like starving for troops. I haven't picked them up yet. Fleet-wise, we should still be attacking these people. Oh, are they going after... Interesting. So they're pushing over here a little more. I feel like they haven't really made a lot of progress over here lately, which is good for us, as far as like from a victory perspective. We still have not taken this over, or this, which I guess is fine, like, to leave that alone for the time being. All right, we are getting into some combats over here, or at least clearing out a fair chunk of their economy. Oh, look at all that. I mean, those are all being recruited, or a lot of them are. 55k. We are definitely going to have to bombard that planet. There's no way we're taking that easily. Alright, we got a fair amount of stuff over here, too. What are you doing? Just coming over here to annoy them? There's even more troops over here. 67k? I mean, I guess it's like their home system, right? So, it makes sense. But the sooner we can take all these guys out, the better. Should probably go after this one next. And then this one, because those are adjacent to where they're currently attacking. I only have 1 planet right now that's still angry. And that's just because they're still building the buildings. Oh, they keep taking over our ships. All right, let's take a quick gander at our fleets, make sure we're topped up. Looks like most of the attack fleets are in good shape. Attack fleet 1's getting a little battered, but we can go ahead and reinforce it. All right, what's going on over here on this planet? This one should be really easy to capture. I'm actually just going to send these guys directly over here to do that. And then what's going on here? This would be a good spot to cut. They have a fair amount of troops, but these guys can come over here. And then maybe we can get one of these MA groups. Is there one close by? Yes, but pretty beat up. Ah, you'll be fine. Come on over here and destroy this. Excuse me. I gotta destroy the spaceport so that my transports can land pretty easily over there. And then if I take those two out, it should put like a cut here. And then these guys should focus on trying to take these two over because it's adjacent to their space. And then I can focus on taking the rest of this stuff, which would be ideal. What's going on with their military? Their military is ramping up again. I'm really surprised at how aggressive they've been able to push their military forward. I mean, we have to be decimating their economy by blowing up these civilian ships. I got to imagine. All right, I'm hoping we're coming over here. I think I told these guys to head over this way. Feel like I have to double click on them to get them to actually move. Oh, these guys are coming from all the way over there. Holy crap. That's all right. They need to get into action anyway. I'm going to take a quick look at the civilian bases. Just going to upgrade them just for the sake of upgrading them. Yeah, when I made this defensive base, I didn't think it was going to take the place of my other... Oh, it didn't. Okay, I thought it took the place of my large spaceport. At least they're building them like they are taking the place. I definitely want to make sure I have docking bays, construction yards, all that good stuff here. So let's go ahead and save that. I don't know if it actually made any difference, but I didn't really pay that much attention. Our cash flow is all right. It's not great, but it's not terrible. I probably missed a lot of the notifications, but I don't know if I turned off the alerts for the terraforming. I do want to make sure I'm getting those notifications because those are kind of important. I am just wasting money if I'm doing that. I might have to just go around all my colonies at one point and just make sure that they're not still terraforming when they don't need to be. Critical failure. Never a good time. All right, Defense Fleet 3, go ahead. Okay, so we are over here with our Transport Fleet 8. So let's just go ahead and take out this planet if we can. Okay, we should have enough juice to take them out. Yeah, it looks like we got there in the end. Okay, let's go ahead and do our normal thing here and build up the colony where we can. Set this back to invade. Hope at some point they actually run around and pick up some troops. You know, I wonder if I retrofit. Well, I don't want to take weapons off of them, but I wonder if I don't have the assault pods or anything, if they'll stop trying to chase after ships and capture them. We have not taken this out yet. I thought we told some ship to go directly towards that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was that group. Alright, well, MA2. Well, hello. What are you guys doing? Look at that strength. Well, I think it's buried deep in our... Yeah, it's in their territory, so... Good luck with that. 3 million strength. I mean, they'll probably be fine, but still. What do we want to do? Was it MA2? Yeah, we got to get you over here. Come on over here. All right, all your little shippies should be flying back, and then you should take off. Perfect. And I could at least clean that up. This is a defensive force, so they shouldn't be invading. Although these guys could be... No, they're headed in a different direction. I hope. I do not want their invasion force coming after the territories that I'm trying to take. Do we have... Well, we do have that other transport fleet heading over in this direction. They're halfway there. So hopefully they'll take that over really soon. And then we should be in pretty good shape. Axiom Junction. They haven't actually taken this yet. They took that planet, but they haven't taken this planet yet. So maybe they're going to head over there and try to do that. At least that's my hope. Alright, you guys should be attacking this. Yep, there we go. Now you're actually taking this out. Alright, that dropped like a rock. And that is gone. So now when our transport fleet arrives, it should be a pretty easy attack. Alright, they're almost there. Should be no issue. I hope. Take a quick look at the victory condition. We're still ahead. I don't think we've made much progress in it, but we are still ahead by about 5%. I'd really like to take this and just focus on their capital, because taking the capital would be amazing. But every planet we take from them, that's one less spot they could hide with their fleets. That's one less spot they could build new ships. So it's always beneficial to take over everything possible. All right, transport ship. We're getting very close to arriving. All right, ultimate troop transport is completed. Now we are on to the good stuff. Colossal construction. I will pay for that. We have the money. Alright, I just want them to get as close as possible to the planet. And then we can... Why are you going that way? Come closer to the planet. Once they get this close into range, I feel like it's a lot slower to maneuver around the actual planet. So how did you get taken over? Alright, let's go back here. Right, you definitely should be able to attack, and everything should just land almost immediately, because we were pretty much surrounding it. Alright, should plow through this pretty quickly. Alright, this is now under our control. Let's go ahead and do our building. And then I also want to get the terraforming up and running. So they're actually not too angry. They're unhappy. But they're not, like, super hostile or anything. And that is not rebellion territory. So I actually think I should scoop my troops back up if I can. Or at least as many as I can. And then we'll just set everybody back to as automatic as they can be. Yeah, come on back. Get the troops. Okay. So that's as good as you're getting. So I think this is the next planet to try to take. Yeah. Let them focus on that garbage down there. They'll get stuck up in the nebula too. It's going to take them a while to get that. We should probably ultimately get this nebula planet too, but... Alright, this one shouldn't be terrible to take. It says unknown for everything. Although it's showing 2300 there on the tooltip. Interesting. They are scooping troops back up finally. Alright, I'm going to move over here. Actually, you know what? I'm going to move one of my MA fleets first. Yeah, you guys jump over here first. They're fairly close. They're not super close, but they're pretty close. I guess they're just as close as the transport fleet. All right, and let's get this transport fleet over here too. It's another grasslands planet we could take over. Oh, we got a couple people lining up to take on this. They are taking over this. That's probably for the best. Get it out of the way. I really want to focus on taking the big prize. Although we have way more fleet power in their home system right now. We're definitely chasing them out. Why would I end the war when I'm winning and people are not rebelling yet? I'm surprised that, I mean, like, I know this species has better capabilities when it comes to, like, war, but this level of war weariness, I am shocked that their colonies are not just completely melting down. All right, what are you guys doing? Where's the rest of the fleet? Did they overshoot? Like, what are you guys doing? Okay, now they're leaving because I zoomed in on them. I don't know, maybe it's coincidence, but I feel like it always happens right after I zoom in. They suddenly jump. Okay, we are taking over this planet. Hopefully, this planet will be next. They have a lot of troops over here. Holy cow. Alright, well, we're gonna have to immediately make them happier. Is MA6 still heading over there? I felt like it was finally moving. Yeah, it is. Okay. It's just taking a little longer to update. Alright, that's the planet we just took over. So is it still, even though it rebelled, is it still building the buildings I told it to build? Yes, it is. Okay, so MA... I mean, we're getting a little banged up here. A lot of banged up here. Alright, we're just getting destroyed. Alright, I need something beefier. These guys are not cutting the mustard over here. Oh, and the transport fleet's about to arrive. That's not good. What else do we got? Alright, transport fleet 6. I think you're gonna have to put a pin in that. Maybe just wait right here until we can get something to clear this out. How are our frenemies progressing over here? They really haven't. I mean, they've made a little progress over here, but nothing crazy. They haven't taken over these planets yet. They did take over their capital, which is pretty huge. All right, let's check out the health of our fleets in general. Feel like everybody needs a little bit of a top up. Even the defense fleet's getting a little dinged up. Nothing too bad, but enough to be annoying. All right, so our transport fleet is just kind of chilling over here for now. Hopefully we can get somebody in here to wipe out the majority of whatever's going on here. Oh, come on. Get out of there. Jumping blocked. You're gonna get destroyed, son. What is going on with our construction ships, by the way? How many, we have 44 ships still around, so that shouldn't be terrible. They got a little bit of a fleet building up over here. I would love to take it out. We can see the troops here now. That's good. So who's nearby? Defense Fleet 4. Although we have some fuel situation going on with you. It looks like we have a fuel situation going on with all of you. I mean, I kind of like the idea of them picking up these troops and then our fleet's just blowing them up. Okay, we did research Colossal Construction, so that's Dreadnought Fleet Carrier. Let's take a quick gander at those. Oh, that was under battleship. Okay. So that is a much bigger battleship than we currently have. I mean, it's obviously more expensive, but it has 2 more weapon spots, some more defense, some more engines, an extra hangar. So I'm down for that. Dreadnought 1. We have the high density fuel cells, so we've actually put quite a bit on there. Interesting, it's switching to the Kalados hyperdrive. All right, so we got a couple starfighter bays on this. Let's go ahead and save and exit on that. I kind of like the idea of adding a couple of those to our fleets, but we'll get around to that. Let me design the other ship first. Let's go to add a new, and then it was a carrier, right? All right, I forgot what it was called. Command cruiser? I don't know. I'm gonna double check because I don't want to be wrong. Let's go ahead and click on this and just take a quick gander over at the Colossal Construction here. A fleet carrier. Okay, so it's this guy, and we were using this. I guess F1 for fleet. All right, so let's go to state ships and just make sure that we're not. I guess we obsolete these ones, right? And then the fleet carrier becomes the only active one, and then battleship, we just obsolete that one, and everything should roll over to this one automatically, I would think. Let's see what happens. Then we don't have to add any to our fleet. They're already in there. They just need to be retrofitted. All right, what are you guys doing? You're going to attack that. Why don't we send you over here first to manually take out this spot, and then we can take this over, clean up this planet, and then focus on their capital. I like that idea better. Their invasion fleet's getting damaged out here in the wild. Not going great for them, I would have to say. All right, we're at 58%. They're at 53. So we've slightly, just ever so slightly, expanded our edge. This colony's still doing okay, and it hasn't even built the metropolis yet. So this is terraforming, getting better. I do have to go back and make sure that the right populations are living on the right planets. Certainly is a ton of migration going on right now between tourists and migrants. All right, attack fleet 4. I'm going to zoom in on them. See if that'll get them to take off. Yep, it did. It's so weird. I don't know why it's doing that. All right, once we get this destroyed, we can move in with our troop transports and mop up the rest. How is our automated transport fleets doing? They're just kind of... They're loading troops. They're starting to get stuff together. I really just want to destroy this, and then I think we're going to call it an episode at that point. Hey, we're beating up one of their battleships. That's kind of nice. All right, let's take a quick gander while we're waiting. Yeah, still the same military power. I'm extremely surprised that has not shrunk in any meaningful way. However, our attack fleet is in here now. We should be aggressively destroying these guys. Yep. That's what I like to see. All right, let's go ahead and get this transport fleet in here. Nope, just come right here. And it's a lot of debris. You'll love to see it. Well, that had to do a little bit of a number on them. Yeah, it weakened them. Nothing crazy, but, you know, definitely took the edge off a little bit. All right, Transport Fleet 6 is starting to arrive. There they go. Oh, these guys were coming after me. They were flying over there. Interesting. All right, once they start surrounding the planet, I will go ahead and invade. All right, this should be pretty straightforward, I would imagine. They have a Oh, never mind. I was gonna say they have a decent defense, but we just landed the rest of the troops. And that will be that. Nice. So we took this over. Go ahead and get our facilities built, get our terraforming built. They're already, like, kind of happy. So we should be able to just reload the troops pretty rapidly. And then let's get the attack fleet over to the other planet in the system. And just make sure we get this whole system mopped up. Apparently we're still... Okay, we got all the troops hoovered up. Let's just go right to the next planet here. Should be pretty straightforward to take over these guys. Let's scuttle that and build our own facility. Well, apparently we don't have enough materials, which I guess is not surprising given we just took over the colony. Alright. Do the same thing. Oh, they jumped. Why? Stop landing them a little at a time. Alright, that's better. Now it's in our favor. Okay, we done it. Alright, let's get our facilities so I don't forget, and then we should be in good shape. Let's go ahead and just put everybody back on... Oh, they're gonna rebel, or they're very close to rebelling, so I definitely don't want to scoop up the troops prematurely. Let's go ahead and set this on attack, and we should be in pretty good shape to call it there for the episode. So we definitely made a fair amount of progress. We are at 126 colonies now. We've kind of swept through this whole region here and taken over all of this stuff. And we took over one of the 2 planets over here. We are now focusing most of our efforts on their capital, which is going to be a huge undertaking. I mean, we're just going to bombard it and it'll be fine, but definitely want to soften up the troops so that we can take it over. But yeah, we just got to take that over and kind of work our way around here, take over the rest of this, and we should be in pretty good shape to swing over in this direction, declare war on these guys, and start pushing over here and try to take over as much as we can, blocking these guys from taking as much as possible. Even though they're our allies, I certainly want to reduce the amount of benefit that they're gaining out of their war. And I certainly would like to get some of this war weariness ticked down. So after this, I would like to declare peace with these guys, even though they still have a couple colonies over here. Just declare peace, get that done with, and then focus over here. By the time we get all our fleets over here, our war weariness should be down, and we could kind of start fresh over in this area. It's my current line of thinking, though. So if you like the episode, hit the thumbs up, like, and subscribe. See more in the future, and we'll see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching.